Kaizer Chiefs are linked with a Nigerian midfielder. We're also going to talk about Khune and the fact that he actually still wants to play. So no goalkeeper coaching for him. We're also going to talk about Shepperd and his wishes and hopes while he's still at Kaizer Chiefs financially. We're also going to give an update on what Lebo Motiba has said about the links of him with Kaizer Chiefs. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo and I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Starting with Lebo Motiba. We know that he left Strasbourg. One of the reasons why he left the team is because of his knee injury. Now he's available. He can be signed by any club. He's a free agent. We know that Kaizer Chiefs loves free agents. But now what is happening is that when asked, are you going to Kaizer Chiefs or are you not? My guy said, there has been no talks between me and Kaizer Chiefs. Read my lips. Kaizer Chiefs are not talking to me because my agent is busy talking to people in Europe, because I always have offers in Europe. The man can speak French, so he can literally just walk back, well, not walk, but he can go back to Europe and be signed by another team. Right now, my guy is saying, I am more focused on getting my knee and getting myself in proper shape again. So you can kiss bye-bye Lebo Motiba. Obviously, we wouldn't have said that, hey, we're talking to Chiefs, but I trust him. So why do I trust him? I have no idea what I'm saying. Next, let's talk about Khune. Because right now, reports are suggesting that Kaizer Chiefs, as they are in this position, obviously they want to offer him a goalkeeping position. We all know this. This is public knowledge. But what Khune said before, which is, I still want to play football, seems to be something that is still there, because Khune apparently still wants to play, whether at Kaizer Chiefs or not at Kaizer Chiefs, which is like, really, bro? You still want to play? And the only team that I have heard that is linked to him is the Cape Town City. But now I'm like, Cape Town City, they have Darren Kidd, another old goalkeeper. Why would they bring another goalkeeper? Right? It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know whether Khune is trying to squeeze out one more year at Kaizer Chiefs, because a lot of people will comment and say, oh yeah, he's the best keeper we have. Why let him go? But I'm like, yeah, we're going to keep on depending on Khune until when? Until when? Just let the man go. Well, not let him go, but give him an offer that he can't refuse. Make him the goalkeeper coach, unless, of course, the new coach does not want him. But I would think that the new coach would understand if they say, hey, bring everyone else, but we're keeping Khune. Or they can still send him to development or send him elsewhere while he's studying, and then later on he can always come back to Kaizer Chiefs. Which brings us back to Shepperd. We're going to talk about the midfielder. Just chill. We save the best for last. So Shepperd, we know that his contract with Kaizer Chiefs, he's entering his final year, beginning of this upcoming season. So there are two options. Kaizer Chiefs can just say, hey Shepperd, here's the money, leave the club. Well, they don't say it like that. Or they can say, work your final year here at Kaizer Chiefs. And we know Kaizer Chiefs does this thing of shuffling the parliament. They can just move him to development and keep him at the club. But Iladuma, they are reporting that Shepperd is actually saying, hey bros, I am actually holding out for money. I want money. I want my cash right now. As we know, though, players don't usually get like, or not just players, but coaches, when they are fired, they don't pay you lump sum at the same time. Like, okay, your contract, we're going to pay you 500,000 for the next 12 months. Here is 6 million. No, they don't do that. But what they do is they pay you the 500,000 for the next 12 months. So you end up getting paid the same money that you would have been paid, because you are technically still working for them. It's just that you've been relieved of your duties, but under contract, you are still under Kaizer Chiefs. So this is another question I have for you guys. Do you think that Shepperd should be kept at Kaizer Chiefs? Because there are a lot of differing opinions. Obviously, I'm not going to entertain the questions that go, oh, Shepperd is the one who's been sabotaging Chiefs. No, I don't believe that. So I just wonder, though, where do you want Shepperd to be in that Kaizer Chiefs setup? Let me know down on the comment section below. And what you've been waiting for. Kaizer Chiefs are linked with this guy by the name of Kingsley Michael. Now, I said he's a World Cup winner. Yes, he is. He won the World Cup with the under-17s of Nigeria back in 2015. Am I correct? Yes, it was in 2015 playing for the Nigerians. And he was just looking like this guy who has so much potential. And even there is a video that I even watched here on YouTube from 4 years ago. Like, he was just posing midfield and you could see that this guy is physical. Almost like you see what you see on Ustole. Ustole, who's playing for Bafana Bafana. You see that, okay, this is a very well-built guy, tall, and he wins the ball, uses his physicality, and is okay as well on the ball. His passes there and there. Obviously, it's just one video clip. But there was that thing, like that hype around him. But you look at the club that he's currently playing for right now, because he is still playing in Austria, right? And you look at the minutes, like he's only started 12% of the game so far this season. And that's not looking good for a player who's 24 right now. And reports are saying that he's actually keen on coming to South Africa, should there be an offer. I'm like, yeah, I would want to go somewhere where I would play, because, 24, age is still on his side. Comes to Kaizer Chiefs, signs a 3-year contract, and then he can still work his way back up to Europe. We know Nigerians, there's a lot of Nigerians playing in Europe. Like, you can clearly see that either they are represented by good agents, but also on top of being represented well, they are also just good at football in general. We all know this. So on top of that, he's a midfielder, but which part of midfield, or where does he play in midfield? Well, defensive midfielder is there. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can also play as a central midfielder. So defensive midfielder is what other people call a 6. A central midfielder is what people call an 8. And then an attacking midfielder is what people call a 10. So he can play all across, but I see him being more suited to playing as a 6, which makes me go, let me think about it. I have my doubts. I'll tell you why I have my doubts about this guy. Because there is a guy by the name of Yusuf Mart, who we still don't know what will be his status under the new coach. There is another guy by Subongiseni Mthethwa, who's also regarded as a defensive midfielder. Nostebe, same thing. Just those 3 before I even count to Castillo. There is 4 people in the defensive midfield position. And if you say, hi, maybe Mthethwa, this and that, then we can remove Mthethwa from that equation. And we are still left with these 3. And people will say, but Ustebe is bad, his contract is running out. Okay, we take him out. So you're telling me that he's worth being added into that midfield area, while there's also Castillo, while there's also on the bench Usamkelo Zwane, who can also play as a deep line playmaker or as a second 6. Are we really saying we should add another person, especially a foreigner? Like, whenever I say foreigner, it sounds like, hey, you're being xenophobic. No, but it takes a foreign sport, which I think should be reserved for someone who's going to be coming at Chiefs to be a match winner, a striker. Foreign sports should be reserved for prolific players who are not struggling with game time wherever they are. They should be coming to Kaizer Chiefs, not to say, oh, I'm competing with who so and so. It should be for people who are coming to the team, hit the ground running, because I will tell you now, as much as this sounds unfair that I'm saying, but if we're being realistic, we know the fans, they are not patient at all. So you might as well just say, if you're going to sign a foreign player, sign a player who's going to come in and play. That's my thought. But what do you think about Kingsley Michael? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.